What's up guys, Ryan here. Today I wanted to talk to you about managing your advertising campaigns in Seller Central, meaning we're talking about Campaign Manager, not Amazon Marketing Services, or Amazon Marketing as they call it now. So in 2018, Amazon became the third largest digital media company in the United States. This is because they kind of shifted the way that long-term success, the equation for long-term success worked on Amazon for sellers. It made it so we pretty much had to be advertising through them. And they can do this easily. They can do this by just making more sponsored product slots available at the top of search results. Just by doing that, if you're the organic rank 1, all of a sudden you're getting pushed further and further out of the top. And so you're going to have to spend more money on ads. They did a combination of a bunch of things, including adding more sponsored spots, different ad types, and as a result, the ad spend that sellers have been sending them has gone up. Regardless of what type of ad you're running on Amazon, there's really two main types of campaigns and 4 different targeting methods that you'll use for your keywords. So the first is called an auto campaign, where you trust Amazon to figure out when to display your ad, and they'll base that on the keywords in your title, your description, your bullets, and your back-end keywords. When you go this route, you can set a bid, and if your bid is too low, you will not get many impressions. The higher your bid, the more Amazon is likely to show your auto campaign advertisement, and then the higher the likelihood you get clicks and you see what keywords convert, and you can download these reports and see what keywords are working from your automatic campaign. It's a great way of doing keyword research by actually seeing what is selling instead of just doing it in theory, and not spending any money. The other alternative is manual campaigns, where when you seed Amazon with the keyword through an ad campaign, you get to decide whether your ad shows up if that keyword is in a broad match type, where it can just be part of a search phrase, a phrase match type, where if you have multiple keywords, it can be a part of the phrase searched, or exact match type, where whatever string of keywords you seed it with is exactly what someone searched. Or if it's just one keyword, then it's exactly what they searched in that one keyword. Encasing does not matter, so uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. Anyways, when you run advertising campaigns, you really want to leverage all 4 types that we just covered. You can imagine that if you have multiple products and each product has auto, broad, phrase, exact campaigns running, and you need to be shifting your keywords because you have multiple keywords per product, and each keyword has a different bid and may need to be moved from auto to phrase and then from phrase to exact based on how it's performing, with bid adjustments going up and down based on how it's performing. You can see how this could get crazy over time while you're advertising more and more products, and Amazon's making you advertise more and more products, whether you like it or not. If you want to succeed, a lot of times advertising is a part of the equation. So I have a solution for helping manage these advertising campaigns. So I use a tool called Teikametrics to help manage and automate a lot of my Amazon advertising campaign maintenance. Now, I saw an advertisement for Teikametrics at the perfect time a little over a year ago. I was right in the middle of Seller Central, so they were paying Amazon for that ad spot right in the middle of Seller Central that you've probably seen if you're selling on Amazon. And it was perfectly timed because I was struggling as I scaled my FBA business to responsibly manage these advertising campaigns. And guys, if you don't manage your advertising campaigns, you're either going to restrict your potential because your budgets aren't high enough or your bids aren't high enough to actually go and get them seen and collect data, or they are high enough and you need to be negating keywords that are wasting ad spend and reducing bids on keywords that are not making money at the bids that you've got them at. And if you don't do those things, you'll spend and waste a lot of money. So a cool thing about Teikametrics is that it will automate things like keyword bids. It'll tell you to negate keywords that are getting clicks but not converting, and ultimately help you save money. They even have a cool feature where you can set a target ACOS per product. So let me show you around Teikametrics. And guys, as I show you around how Teikametrics can help save you immense amounts of time running your advertising campaigns on Amazon, just know that if you don't want to pay for software to help you do this, you still need to be doing everything that I'm about to mention. The way Teikametrics works though, is it will integrate with your Seller Central account via API, and you can manage almost everything through their website Because as you interact with their dashboard, which by the way, their dashboard is so much better than Campaign Manager, especially the old Campaign Manager. If you guys remember what it used to look like prior to the redo, it's just so much better, so much more intuitive, so much more informative. But even if you don't want to pay for a tool like Teikametrics, you still need to be doing these things that I'm about to show you. So it's still going to provide value to continue watching. Teikametrics sends me a weekly performance email where they outline at a high level what's been going on in my Campaign Manager. So they say we performed X bid changes in the past week, of which X were for keywords and X were for auto-targeted ad groups, meaning they will change your keyword bids for you based on your target ACOS for that campaign and how the keywords are performing. They'll also change your bids for auto-targeted ad groups if they're spending too much, because you can set target ACOSs for those as well. So they'll send you your weekly metrics. They show you how much ad revenue you generated on how much ad spend that you spent and your average cost of sale over all of your advertising campaigns. Then they tell you that you need to take action on certain things keyword related. So once a week I pop in and I take action, and they make it so easy to do. I'll show you in a second, but they'll go in and tell you, hey, you need to consider moving these keywords to negative phrase match so that you don't waste money on them anymore. They'll say, we recommend moving these keywords from automatic to manual. And they'll say, hey, these keywords are performing well. We think you should change the ad group that they're in because they'll function better in a different match type. So let's check out the Teikametrics dashboard. All right, guys, so right when you log in, you see a really nice high-level insight into your Amazon Campaign Manager via this dashboard. So it shows you some key data points over a recent period of time, including your total revenue, total ad spend, 56-day ACOS, and your wasted ad spend, which, by the way, if you see the screenshot from my account, I have almost $6,000 in total ad spend, less than $100 of wasted ad spend. I have to credit Teikametrics with helping me curb that and reduce it, because I was definitely guilty of spending a little too much on ads prior to using them, just because my business was scaling so fast and I needed a solution like this. So this next dashboard shows you very similar metrics to what we just looked at, except it's just showing us the data points and it's comparing them to a period in recent history. This way you can see how you're trending as a percentage-based delta. So for instance, my total revenue over the last 56 days was $125,000, and it compared it to a period before that, 56 days before that, and it gave me a plus 36% delta increase over the historical period. So you can see how your business is trending through this very easily. They color code it up, down, and you can see whether your clicks are trending up, your cost per clicks trending up or down, click-through rate trending up or down, conversions trending up or down, etc. The last dashboard on the homepage are your top contributing keywords. Now, if you're running a lot of advertising campaigns for a lot of products, like I've had as many as 30 FBA products for sale at a time on Amazon, so I'll see a lot of different data, and a lot of data is getting neglected by only showing me my top 5 contributing keywords. You can see what's making you the most revenue via ads through looking at your top contributing keywords. And if you want to see a higher level insight, you just click view all, and they'll take you to another screen where you can see all of the keywords across all your campaigns driving you the most revenue. All right, guys, so when you get those weekly emails from Teikametrics once a week and it tells you to take action on these keywords, this is what it's referring to. I'm going to walk you through the whole process, and I apologize for having to blank out my specific niche keywords, ad groups, search terms, and campaigns, because I'm trying to protect my niches as many Amazon sellers do. But beyond that, you can see exactly how the dashboard looks and how this works. So the first thing they'll tell you to do is to negate certain keywords. Now, this is the only one where I don't always listen to Teikametrics recommendations, because they'll tell you if you've been spending, X number of dollars on a search term, to negate it if it doesn't result in sales immediately. And sometimes it'll tell me to negate keywords that I really believe in, that I think are going to eventually contribute and convert, so I'll ignore it. But the nice thing is you can sort their tables. So in this picture, I sorted the column by ad spend so that at the top I see the keywords that haven't converted, that I've spent the most amount of money on. And then I can consider negating them from a more informed perspective than if it was like, oh, we spent 25 cents on this keyword, it didn't convert, negate it, which they tend not to do. But once you get into the low click-through rate or high spend and low conversion, they may recommend negating. So you'll negate keywords that are wasting ad spend first. Then they'll recommend pulling your high performing keywords out of your automatic campaigns and moving them to phrase match campaigns. So a cool thing Teikametrics built in, you can set a conversion threshold. So you can say, only recommend moving a high performing keyword out of automatic if it's gotten 2 sales, 3 sales, 4 sales. You get to decide that number using that little sliding bar there. Also, if you use good naming conventions when you set up your ad campaigns and your ad groups, Teikametrics will automatically, like their software, will select the ad group for you from your auto campaign. Because if you think about it, remember, these auto campaigns exist independently of the manual campaigns. The ad groups under your manual campaigns exist independently of these auto groups. So there's really no tie there outside of the ASIN being advertised. And Teikametrics, with a lot of accuracy, will automatically figure out what ad group you need to move the keyword to from automatic. So it's a really nice time saver, and all you have to do is come in here and check a little box on that left-hand column. In that very first column, it's probably hard to see because they're very light gray, but you go in, check those boxes, and then click Make Changes, and it will do everything for you in Campaign Manager. All right, and then last, they recommend migrating. Basically, this is just keyword targeting improvements. So this means when they say migrating, it's similar to what I just talked about with moving from auto to manual, except this is just moving keywords within your manual campaigns. So it could be moving broad to phrase, phrase to exact, or the opposite direction. And they do this based on the data. So making these sort of analytical decisions on your own would be quite time consuming and take a lot of just time away from you growing your business and doing other things. That's why Teikametrics is so valuable. So these last 2 dashboards are mainly just for informational purposes. Here's the top contributing keywords dashboard. So if you're looking at Campaign Manager, you can analyze your performance across the campaign level or ad group level. There's really no single view showing you your top keywords across all of your campaigns and ad groups. So that's why this dashboard is very nice to have, because it doesn't exist inside Campaign Manager. You could pull a report and look at it in Excel, but I think this looks a lot nicer. And then last, you have your existing campaigns dashboard. So every time you create an advertising campaign, Teikametrics will pull it in automatically via API, and you need to come in and set a minimum bid floor and an ACOS target. So if you just launched a new product on Amazon, you need to set up advertising campaigns, obviously, because it's going to be buried on like page 5, page 6, and no buyer goes there. And you need to pay to get it advertised on page 1. Now, how much should you be spending in your target ACOS? Well, a lot of people, and me included, would say that whatever your profit margin is, you should set as your target ACOS. You should be operating at break even or even at a loss until your product is ranking organically on page 1, so that you can really start making a profit. Because prior to there, if you're on page 2, page 3, that's not enough. It's not good enough. You need to be on page 1 and towards the top of page 1. The nice thing about advertising is that you can buy your way to the top of page 1. Jeff Bezos doesn't have a problem with letting you and your brand new product buy their way to the top of page 1 because it's making him a wealthy man. So guys, that just about does it for my walkthrough of how I manage my advertising campaigns on Amazon within the Campaign Manager and Seller Central. Again, I know I recommended Teikametrics, but it's because ever since I started using it, I signed an annual contract with them last year. It was one of the greatest decisions I ever made. It's a little bit pricey, but if you're aggressive with scaling your Amazon business and you know that your time is better used elsewhere, then something like this, which helps streamline required actions that you need to take to reduce your wasted ad spend and to also, allow your products to be successful. I mean, think about it. You set a target ACOS for a new product, and then Teikametrics will automate your bid changes to get you to that ACOS. It'll get your new products more visibility and help them grow. And instead of you going in daily and trying to monitor all these keywords across all these ad groups and all these ad campaigns, trust some software like Teikametrics to simplify it and allow you to focus your attention elsewhere. You go in once a week, take some keyword actions, and that's it. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I'll be dropping value bombs like this regularly. And drop me a comment if you agree or disagree with me recommending using software to assist in managing advertising campaigns. Anyways, guys, thanks. I'll see you at the next one.
Wherever she goes, I go, we roll, we go. Flying over cities down to Rio. It's Rio, love that I feel. Oh, nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill.